we've proven that that doesn't work. And what Sports Illustrated just did is they just recreated the same system that doesn't work.
Talk about timely. A little over 24 hours after Big Boy Pants Golf, YouTube's hottest golf channel, has Jeff Bullock, one of the founders of the Universal Golf Ranking System, on an episode of Big Boy Pants Golf to explain the Universal Golf Ranking System, aka Tugger. Sports Illustrated, as per my perusal of Twitter this AM, has now also put out a Sports Illustrated World Golf Ranking System. Sorry to beat you to the punch, Sports Illustrated. I also reached out to Jeff again and said, hey, take a look at this Sports Illustrated World Golf Ranking System because it looks like a different version of the OWGR. Jeff immediately got back to me, and folks, within 10 hours of Sports Illustrated releasing its own World Golf Ranking System, I have Jeff on, and we're going to break down the flaws of this system and why Tugger is still better. And I'm going to sum it up in one word: arbitrary. Jeff, it's great to have you back on Big Boy Pants Golf. It's only been a few days, but here we are. Sports Illustrated drops their own World Golf Ranking System. What are your thoughts as per the article I sent you this AM?
Yeah, thanks for having us back so soon. I know we just recorded, but things are moving fast in the golf world. I'm happy to be back on Big Boy Pants Golf, YouTube's hottest golf channel. So my reaction to Sports Illustrated publishing their version of World Golf Rankings, at first I was intrigued because I'm thinking, okay, clearly everyone sees what's going on. There needs to be a new system. I'm thinking, okay, what is Sports Illustrated going to show? And then I read the article on the methodology, and it was, I guess, using John Rahm's words, it was laughable. I looked at it and just thought, that's it? That's all you could come up with?
As per the article, the two stated goals are to create a calculation that uses data with a more narrow time window than 2 years to better rank the best golfers today, and 2, create a metric that allows us to fairly compare players across all tours.
So yeah, let's go through in the article that they published. Sorry, I'm looking down because it's such breaking news to make sure I have all the points. But they published 5 of their highlights, five criteria in their methodology, and then they have an expanded version too.
I see that all men's tours, including LIV, now receive points under this Sports Illustrated World Golf Ranking System.
Okay, that's great, right? That's kind of what we're going for, is we don't want to exclude everyone. So that's the first step. So I'll give you props that we are including everyone. All right, so let's look at criteria 2. Criteria 2 says, at all no-cut events, including LIV, the top 75 finishers will receive points. Okay, so why not the top 80% or only the top 50%? Feels pretty arbitrary to me. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to define a criteria for no-cut events because PGA Tour has some of those. But again, this is just, stick your finger in the wind. 75% of the finishers will receive points. Okay, pretty arbitrary. All right, criteria 3. We use the most recent 12 months instead of 24 months, but then they start de-weighting after 4 months at 70%, and then 40% at 5 to 8 months, and I'm not even going to finish this. So again, we have this sliding scale of where they start de-weighting the points that they are given based on some random criteria that they came up with. Once again, feels pretty arbitrary. So criteria 4, we factor in strength of field and award bonuses for majors similar to OWGR. Okay, so they are just admitting that they copied OWGR. And the whole crux of the debate is that OWGR, even putting aside that they're excluding LIV, is a flawed system and a laughable system. So they are just duplicating the same flawed system again, and they admit it right there. Yeah, so then the 5th criteria that they highlight is that They're doing away with strokes gained. They created a new metric called distance per shot, and that's going to factor into a separate list that then factors into how they calculate the strength of field assumption, which then covers the majority of tournaments. And do you see where I'm going with this? Should I just stop talking, right? Assumption after assumption after assumption, but they just created their own new metric to filter into these assumptions. So, yeah, arbitrary. One last thing, in the article they published, they have a link to another article that explains the rankings in even more detail. And I'm just going to start scrolling down, and it's going into great detail about how they do the weightings and assumptions on the weightings, how they're going to give more points to majors, how that they are similar to OWGR, but different than OWGR. They're going to allocate points to non-major events, maybe in a different way. There's the cut thing where if it's a non-cut event, they're going to award only 75% of the finishers. Again, why not 80 or 90 or 50, right? The distance per shot is explained and how that's different than strokes per gained and how it gauges a player's ability. And there's going to be course adjustments, I'm reading. Okay, so now we're going to be adjusting courses. And then there's going to be different skill level adjustments, something about you're going to use 40% of the last 40 scores, but a golfer needs so many scores to be in there. And then when it comes to Korn Ferry Tour, there's going to be a different points system. I'm just scrolling down, reading what they put in here. I'll stop there. So we just went over the top 5 highlights. In their extended version, it is just assumption after assumption. And yeah, I don't really know if I have to go anymore.
Jeff, I'm glad you found this new Sports Illustrated World Golf Ranking System as unilluminating as I did. What should our takeaway be regarding this Sports Illustrated World Golf Ranking System?
The big picture hasn't changed from our discussion from last week, right? The big picture is that we have another system that was just introduced that is an arbitrary points-based system riddled with, I think, even more assumptions than the official World Golf Rankings has. I mean, their weightings and how they de-weight and everything, it doesn't solve the problem. And the problem is that all of these ranking systems are points-based arbitrary systems that use inferior ways to rank golfers, and it's evident in the output. And so, again, what we talked about in our first video, the Universal Golf Rankings, TUGR. We are going for an independent, unbiased, all-inclusive, accurate approach. We use performance-based data. We do not create a black box points-based system. That doesn't work. We need to opt out of these systems because it doesn't work. So I invite everyone to go to tugger.org. Look at the methodology. We lay it all out there. We're as transparent as can be, and it makes sense, right? It's independent. It's all-inclusive. We can accurately rank players cross-tour without making these course adjustments, field size adjustments, because we use a cloud-based optimizer, which is a superior technology, and we take our performance data and it optimizes all of that for us. So we are very excited for TUGR and where we're going. We believe we are the solution, and we look forward to being back on Big Boy Pants Golf, the hottest golf channel on YouTube soon, to hopefully explain more.